Hello and welcome to another episode of Cultural Magazine, where we bring you the latest taking place in Egypt in terms of culture, arts, and a lot of different other forms of arts. Let's go find out more about today's episode.
Minister of Culture Dr. Inas Abdeldaim continued the development and rehabilitation of the Mohammed Mahmoud Khalil Museum, which has been closed for 10 years. The museum is affiliated to the plastic arts sector headed by Dr. Khalid Surur. The minister said that the development of artistic and national museums comes as part of enriching the cultural structure in Egypt, believing in the value of creativity in developing one's personality, as well as consolidating national identity. Restoring museums is also to document Egypt's national collective memory and human civilization. She praised the level of progress with its technological systems, museum display scenario, and the means of insurance, stressing the need to finish the work on time so as to restart one of the Egyptian cultural icons. For his part, Surur explained that the museum has been closed since 2010, and the restoration work began in 2014, including construction, ventilation, networks, electricity, water systems, firefighting and fire systems development, updating security and monitoring systems, as well as updating the museum equipment as a whole and updating the museum display scenario. It is worth mentioning that Mohammed Mahmoud Khalil Museum and its campus were built as a residence for the Egyptian politician Mohammed Mahmoud Khalil in 1920, built in the French style consisting of 4 floors. After the death of its owner in 1953, he recommended these holdings be given to his wife to be transferred to a museum affiliated to the Egyptian government after her passing away. The museum includes 304 oil, water, bronze, and pastel paintings, a number of bronze marble statues, about 50 statues, in addition to a group of works by the greatest artists of the 19th century. The building also includes service areas, a garden storage, and administrative rooms. The National Film Center, headed by scriptwriter Mohammed Al-Basousi, has recently organized a variety of cinema activities in cooperation with Issawi Cultural Wheel, headed by Mohammed Issawi. During the event, both the documentary films El Khel, or The Uncle, directed by Awad Shukri, and the film The Silent Speaks, directed by Shireen Talat, will be shown. It deals with the history of the Silent Ensemble for Dancing Theater, a group whose founder is Rida Abdelaziz, who managed to make its members, who are deaf and dumb, feel the different melodies of music and dance harmonically with the music.
مش كل عايش حي ولا كل راحل مات، يحيى اللي ماله زي هامة تساوي هامات. في قرية أبنود بمحافظة قنا ولد عبد الرحمن الأبنودي، أحد أساطير الشعر والفكر والثقافة والفن.
سامحيني يا فاطمة على التأخير، ولو الورقة يا بنت الخالد كفي لا أعبيلك بحر النيل والله بكفي كلام. وختاما ليس ختام ببعتلك ليكي والناس الجبلاية والبت عزيزة والواد عيد ألف سلام. زوجك لسطى حراج. ملحوظة اكتبي على المظروف اسوان زوج الغالي لسطى حراج القطن العامل في السد العالي.
The film El Khel, or The Uncle, deals with the biography of the national and literary character of Al-Abnoudi and his career in collecting El Hilaliya biography dealing with folk history, which took a long time, during which he faced many difficulties.
أمر النبي الجليا بالآل الدين وقل يا أبي بكر قيني الصلاة. أعطيني غلام مثل اللي وراه يطلع خادم ابن الشريف.
Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdidaim said that the content presented on the ministry's YouTube channel is witnessing remarkable growth and confirms the public's desire to see the intellectual and artistic stock of Egyptian creativity, adding that the electronic cultural service has become one of the effective means to spread enlightenment, especially in light of the continued application of precautionary measures to restrict the spread of the coronavirus. The program of performances is characterized by richness and diversity, and it includes a variety of Egyptian heritage and contemporary creativity. It is noteworthy that the Ministry of Culture channel on YouTube broadcasts a range of varied and rare shows. As part of the electronic initiative, Culture is in Your Hands, and it is presented as follows in the coming period. An evening about Nigeria will be broadcast within Know Your Family program to introduce African cultures. And later, a recorded concert by the Egyptian marimba player Nisma Abdelaziz will be broadcast. And it includes a bunch of Oriental and international musical works, in addition to a number of heritage songs. Another rare evening of the Opera Cultural Saloon will also be shown, hosting the late star Mahmoud Yassin to narrate the stations of his artistic career, as well as address his most important works and memories with many of the characters who left an impact in his creative journey. A documentary film will also be screened as part of this program. The film narrates the features of the artistic career of the superstar Layla Tahir, produced by the National Theatre Center, and is part of the series of Creativity Memory that documents the history of great creative people.
The Cairo Opera House is a long-standing cultural hub here in the nation where it brings in a lot of events that take place like singing, dancing, photography, painting, whatever you can think of you'll find at the Cairo Opera House. Let's find out about what the Opera House has in store for us.
The Cairo Opera House is the only real opera in all the African continent. And its role is to keep the tradition of ballet, of music, of singing, opera. And beside it, there are many experimental shows done by young choreographers and young singers. But the main role of the opera is to keep alive the repertoire of the tradition in all the fields, music, ballet, and lyrical song. Nowadays we have even a young audience, and I am very pleased because I see that even in operas, for example, which are the most difficult part of the culture, of the musical culture, to be understood by young generation, I see that they are starting to appreciate. They are coming alone with their parents, but I see that the age of the audience went down comparing with, for example, 10 years ago. And even for the ballet, maybe thanks to the several ballet schools that are spread around Cairo and Alexandria and Port Said too. So thanks to this opportunity to have a publicity, I see that they are coming, appreciating, and asking what it will be the next ballet, next opera, next concert. So I see that we are in the right way to enlarge our audience.
What about the Opera House hosting such event and always encouraging that? How do you see the role of the opera generally in Egypt?
It's our house. It's our having the minister, Dr. Ines Abdedaim, before she's a minister, she is a human being. She's a beautiful musician, and on personal level, she's a beautiful, beautiful person, and she understands exactly what art can do, the weight of art with the little kids. So when she opens the doors, actually it's our house, and that's when you feel that your house is gathering each and every one of us. So all due respect to her, I would just say that every little piece of wood and chair at the Opera House is something that I respect very much, and I wish that we never stop having concerts on the big stage. I love that.
The Egyptian heritage is an important part of our identity because our identity is multi-layered and involves a lot of different heritage and eras of history. With Egyptians, we like to preserve it in art, in buildings, in thoughts, in books, in pictures, whatever you can think of. We're going to find out more about our heritage.
The educational section of the Museum of Islamic Art in Cairo organized a celebration on the occasion of the International Day of Islamic Art entitled Arts Bridge Time by setting up an exhibition of traditional crafts that are an extension of Islamic art through the ages, with the participation of 20 exhibitors who take the initiative to display their artistic and heritage products inspired by Islamic art.
النهارده بمشاركة المتحف الفني الإسلامي كنا مبسوطين جدا بالدعوة الكريمة.
We are concerned with public schools as well as artistic schools. We have a very hard-working administration that is concerned with the interests of students. We are very happy to take part in the Islamic Arts Museum's ceremony to exhibit some of our students' artistic works of art. Yet our students have much more creations to present to audiences. We call upon the ministry and its different administrations, as well as the media and all of the country's concerned bodies, to support talented art students and their education as well. We need to establish profit projects which can benefit these students later on. In fact, we have to acknowledge that artistic and technical education is a savior for youth and the development of our country.
المنتجات اللي حضرتك شايفاها قدامك دي كلها منتجات طلبة. تمارين بتتاخد على مدار العام.
Our school is one of the artistic and industrial schools in Cairo. The works presented here are all the works of our students who have worked on the products all year round. The school comprises of 9 departments that include wood, metal, copper, leather, and ceramic works. Our teachers are qualified to teach the students each type of art and implement it in a certain work of art: engraving, inlaying, ceramic work, as well as many other types of works of art. Our work also includes some Islamic art crafts that preserve our heritage and teach them a craft they can work in. From our special work, we try to teach our students to use their hands in working traditional crafty work that they can benefit from later on. The exhibition includes many artistic workshops for engraving, inlaying, drawing units of Islamic art, and Arabic calligraphy.
بعمل شغلي بحن حوالي مثلا 35 سنة مثلا على الخزف.
I do ceramic art on walls, floors, plates, trays, and many more. I've been doing this artistic work for almost 35 years. In doing my work, I try to preserve our heritage and make similar to old creations, but in my own way. I'm a graduate of the Theatrical Arts Department, interior decorating, and my father was an antiques vendor. We try to make creations or works of art on walls, halls, hotels, and some signs in mosques, as well as other places. I like to use Islamic, Mamluk, Persian work, and many other types. The protruding types of work that is engraved in India is originally Egyptian. Artists took it from Egypt to India in their trade journeys, and the Indians learned it from them and imitated it. There is a region in India called Carmandela that is specialized in this type of art, and it is all inspired by Egyptian ceramic art.
This brings us to the end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more on Nile TV.